Hello, hello, my lovelies. Today we're talking about this questionable reboot of the Fairly Odd Parents. Without any further ado, grab a snack, grab a drink, and let's just jump into it. Roll the intro. For those of you who do not know or probably weren't around for it, The Fairly Odd Parents was a TV show around 2001 to 2017. That was an animated series created by Butch Hartman, who also created Danny Phantom and a few other TV shows. I think Bunsen and Burner or whatever the hell that other show was. Bunsen and the Beast, I think it was called. I don't know. I didn't watch it. As well as Tough Puppy, which had Spencer from iCarly as the main character, Dudley Puppy, which was a really cute show. I really like that. Anyway, circling back to The Fairly Odd Parents, it ran from 2001 to 2017, and it followed Timmy Turner, who was your average kid that no one understands. He was bullied by his mom, his dad, his babysitter Vicky. No one in school likes him. He's really an outcast, and so one day, after he's done getting bullied by Vicky, he goes upstairs to his room, and he finds out that there's these fairies waiting for him, and they are his fairy godparents, and they are assigned to these fairies are assigned to children who have a lot of misfortune, and they need some happiness in their life, and they get granted endless wishes as long as it follows the rules. This show was special to me. I loved this show when I was a kid. So when I heard we were getting a reboot for today, I was genuinely excited. I was like, yes, let's go. Let's bring back these old animated shows. And then I found out it wasn't animated. And then the trailer just dropped a few days ago. Let me be clear. We already went through this whole live-action Fairly Odd Parents route. We already tried this with Drake Bell, and that failed miserably. This failed. Also, Daniela Monet deserved better in this film. Daniela Monet, who played Trina in Victorious, is probably her most famous role. She's also in this movie called Taking 5, which is arguably better than the Fairly Odd Parents movie. Or Victorious, in my opinion. Victorious was iconic, but like, if you guys haven't seen the movie Taking 5, please do. It's a little lesser known film, but I really loved that as a kid because they kidnap a band that was like really big at the time called the Click 5. And the Click 5 actually play themselves in this movie. So it's kind of meta. It's an amazing movie. Go watch it. It's a teenager movie. Please do. I'm going to read you what this is about. Paramount Plus has announced the upcoming live-action Fairly Odd Parents Fairly Odder series that will premiere on March 31st on Paramount Plus. Season 1 of the Fairly Odd Parents Fairly Odder. Talk about that name, Fairly Odder. You guys had months to figure out what you were going to call this continuation of a beloved animated series, and you go with Fairly Odder. Butch, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? Is Butch Hartman even involved? I don't know. Will be made up of 13 episodes. The series follows Nickelodeon's animated series, The Fairly Odd Parents, which ran from 2001 to 2017, and focused on the adventures of Timmy Turner and his Fairly Godparents, Wanda and Cosmo. It's Cosmo and Wanda. Why would you put that like that, Vanity Fair? Who magically granted wishes. The latest chapter is set to focus on Timmy's cousin, Vivian, or Viv Turner. When did he have cousins? When did Timmy have cousins? When did he have cousins? And her stepbrother Roy, who will face new life in Dimsdale with the help of Fairly Godparents. In addition to Marshall and Waldus, Fairly Odd Parents Fairly Odder will also star Laura Bell Bundy. Laura Bell Bundy? Wasn't she a country singer? I'm fairly certain she has a country song that's like in a saloon or something. Hang on, I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, I just looked it up. She sang a song called Giddy On Up. I think it was on Just Dance. I think we had it on Just Dance. Anyways, that name, I recognize the name and I had to say it. The original voice actors, Suzanne Blansky and Darren Norris, returned to voice Wanda and Cosmo. It's Cosmo and Wanda. It's Cosmo and Wanda. Who remain in the animated series respectively. Fairly Odd Parents, Fairly Odder is executive produced by Christopher J. Nowak, who serves as showrunner. Additional executive producers include Fairly Odd Parents creator Butch Hartman, Samantha... Okay, so Butch is involved. Fried Seibert, Mark Karen, who directs the pilot. This trailer is so... It looks so weird. I mean... What I'm about to show you is what Timmy looks like. You can tell they got somebody that was vaguely like Drake Bell, because look at this. Look at this. What is this? What is this? Now, I understand that I'm not the demographic that they're shooting for with this new reboot. But I've asked kids, because I went back, I thought about when I watched Fairly Odd Parents. I was like 7 to 8 when I discovered it, and I quit watching it after they got a magical dog. I know a lot of people said that the show fell off after Poof was involved, with the whole Cosmo giving birth to Poof and all that. That episode all by its own is just weird. It's weird. It's weird. So... I know a lot of people fell off after Poof was involved, but I fell off after the dog came in, and then it turns out that, like, Timmy had to share his Fairly Godparents because there was a fairy shortage with some other girl in town. Like, we've already tried this live-action reboot, and it didn't go over well. It did not go over well. Also, somebody in the comments, when I asked about this, I think on my Twitter, someone said that they're using the same house that they used in the Thundermans as well. Like, they didn't even bother getting a new set for this TV show. They're just reusing something from an old show. Now, I know I'm not the demographic, and I thought about it. I was like 7 to 8, and I was like a teenager when I quit watching it. So I asked a couple kids, because my fiance's niece and nephew were over the other day, and I showed them this. I was like, hey, would you watch this? I was legit told that this looks weird. Like, kids, even in the demographic they're shooting for, are saying that this looks weird. That they're not watching this.
Wow.
You can't just say it's because I'm not in the demographic anymore. Kids in the demographic are actively saying that they don't... This looks weird. This show looks absolutely weird. And it does! In the voice actor for Cosmo... Like, you know Cosmo, right? If you grew up with this show, you know Cosmo is wacky. He's all over the place. He's really animated, and he's, like, really, really loud and vocal and everything. And in this reboot, the guy that voice acts for Cosmo sounds so done. He sounds so tired, honestly, and I feel bad. He sounds so done with this. I feel like Fairly Odd Parents had its time on TV. We already tried a reboot. We already tried live action. There's like 4 different live action movies with Drake Bell. We already tried live action. We didn't ask for this. Nobody asked for this. What is this? So yeah. Will I be watching this? Likely not. I mean, it's not like they haven't done something on Paramount Plus that was a Nickelodeon property and they did well with it. Look at the new iCarly. The new iCarly is incredible. I can't wait for season 2. It's hilarious. It's perfect for modern time, for, you know, the demographic that grew up with that show. And it's also good for kids growing up watching the old iCarly, and then they can watch the new one with their parents. Like, that is doing something right. But this series... And plus, Fairly Odd Parents is all about a kid making wishes that are insane. How is that gonna translate at all? With the production, it looks like the production is so poor looking. How are you gonna make these wishes that are out there, you know? I mean, even in the theme song, Grubba Goose, guava juice, giant birthday cakes, chocolate shakes. How is that going to translate unless you put in the production for that? It's going to come off cheap looking and poor. So I'm probably not going to watch this. It looks... Ugh. So... And yeah, like, you can't say, oh, it's just not for you anymore. Kids that this is going to be for have looked at this and went... So, it's not just me. It's them as well. So, yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. How do you feel about this new reboot? Did you watch the original cartoon? How did you feel about the original cartoon? When did you quit watching the original cartoon? I quit watching after the magical dog was introduced because I felt like that was jumping the shark a bit. I know a lot of people left after Poof was born, so let me know in the comments below. I love you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button for shits and gigs on your way out. Trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before spring comes, which is really close, but we're only 200 away. So if you could help me out, that would be really appreciated. I love you guys so much. I hope you have a great day. Bye.